going on, everyone? As it was shared, my name is Carlos Moreno, and I have the honor of serving as the co-executive director of Big Picture Learning, and I am a proud recipient of the 2020 Innovator of Color Award here at this conference. And what I will share with you all is that this isn't just another plaque on the shelf for us that have the honor of being bestowed with this award. This is a signal, this is a salute, and it's a summons. So this award is about honoring folks who disrupt with purpose, who innovate not to impress, but to uplift. People who build, teach, lead, and love in ways that shake the ground and move the work and the culture forward. Now this stage, Stage X, isn't just a spotlight, y'all. It's a cipher. I'm gonna say it again, it's a cipher. It's a gathering, a space where we acknowledge the genius of people, the visionaries whose work ensures that innovation doesn't come at the expense of equity. So to receive this award is to be a part of a lineage, y'all. It says, you didn't just show up, you showed out. You created lanes where there were none. You held the door open when others wanted to shut it. And you did it all while bringing your full self, your culture, your brilliance, and your story with you. So tonight, we celebrate that spirit, we celebrate that fire, the legacy of excellence that innovators of color continue to bless this world with. And to help us go even deeper into the meaning and momentum behind this award, please welcome someone who has been a true champion and longtime supporter of this recognition, Kate Nihill, EdTech Practice Leader at Russell Reynolds and Associates.
Good evening. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to recognize the 2025 Innovators of Color. Russell Reynolds has been a longtime supporter of the IOC Award for almost a decade now. Our mission is to improve the way the world is led, and our past and current honorees are doing just that. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing someone who truly embodies the spirit of innovation, impact, and inclusion in education. And that is President Greg Fowler, or as he'd prefer us calling him, just Greg. As the president of University of Maryland Global Campus, he is leading the largest post-secondary provider of higher education in the state of Maryland with a massive global reach. His belief that anyone can learn if given the opportunity is more than just a statement. It's a core ethos of his leadership. Greg knows education is a powerful force, capable of transforming lives, families, and entire communities. He saw it firsthand, inspired by his mother, who taught 5th and 6th grade in Southwest Georgia. Greg learned early that education is opportunity. His career has consistently defied convention, from his first role as an outreach specialist connecting underserved communities with resources and opportunity, to his tenure as a Fulbright Scholar and professor at Penn State. Greg always asked, what can education become? He has dedicated his career to expanding access for adult learners and underserved populations. He's now had the opportunity to build and scale universities that do just that, first at Western Governors, then at Southern New Hampshire, and now at University of Maryland Global Campus. When you ask Greg's peers and colleagues to describe him, you hear the following words: a trailblazer, a visionary, a scholar in his own right, a fierce advocate for underserved students who have not had access to higher education, someone who genuinely connects with people from all walks of life. But don't call him a thought leader. He's wary of that title. He is a leader who is inspiring action. For Greg, innovation means stepping beyond traditional frameworks, seeing paths where new pathways, where others see obstacles. For him, it's all about inspiring others to move from ideas to action, Thank you for your tireless commitment to transforming education, for your unwavering belief in the potential of every learner, and for your relentless pursuit of equity through innovation. Greg, I'm honored to present this award to you.
Thank you, Kate. I'm honored to accept the Innovator of Color Award from ASU+GSV, whose work so closely mirrors what we're trying to do at the University of Maryland Global Campus. For more than 75 years, UMGC has worked to bring the transformative power of education within reach for adult learners in the workforce and in the military, no matter where they are around the world. So this award is very, very deeply meaningful to me, and a testament to the collective efforts of our community. Since I joined UMGC in January of 2021, we focused on transforming the university to increase our efficiency, effectiveness, and our reach. Together, we are leveraging innovation, technology, data science, and AI to remove obstacles, provide proactive support, and structure learning experiences around the evolving skill sets demanded by the modern workforce. It has been one of the most rewarding highlights of my career to see this transformation engage new audiences and improve retention and outcomes, while also driving growth. My career began more than 30 years ago when I served as an outreach specialist for the National Endowment for the Humanities, working with all of America's populations from inner cities, tribal reservations, rural Appalachia, and elsewhere. Looking back, it is hard to believe that 20 years have passed since Bob Mendenhall, then president of Western Governors University, invited me to join a daring leadership team by asking, how often in your life do you get to build a college that will change the lives of many people forever? At that time, the school had 3,000 students, and it grew from there to become America's largest, with around 200,000 students now. But neither Bob nor I could have predicted that a similar question would be posed to me in 2012 when a regional university in New England reached out to me and asked me to join them to grow what became the powerhouse that is now Southern New Hampshire University. Almost 5 years ago, a new opportunity arose, and I was honored to accept the presidency of UMGC, with more than 180 global education centers in 25 countries around the world. Since then, we have reached new milestones, serving a record-breaking 100,000 students this year and celebrating 16,000 graduates, while expanding into the metaverse, continuing to put faculty on the ground to teach troops in battle zones in Africa and the Middle East, leading field studies in Europe and Asia, and literally reaching the ends of the earth with students taking classes at the South Pole. None of this would have been possible without the amazing team members that I have been blessed to learn from and work with throughout my career. And to each of you, I say thank you for all that you do and have done, both seen and unseen, from the bottom of my heart. As we dream together of what is possible, I'll leave you with a quote from Laura Greenwood's book, Things for Nothing. Tradition is just peer pressure from dead people. Thank you again for this honor.
I'm back. Everyone, it is my absolute honor and joy to introduce a colleague in this beautiful struggle for educational justice and a great inspiration, one Dr. Nancy B. Gutiérrez. From the east side of San Jose to the stages of Harvard and now here at the ASU+GSV Summit, Nancy has moved with deep purpose and fierce love for people. Her leadership journey began fittingly just a few blocks from where she grew up. Not in some faraway district, but right in her own comunidad, leading the same middle school her mamá once attended. Eso sí que es orgullo. Nancy is the president and lead executive officer of the Leadership Academy, an organization that has transformed leadership across 41 states and over 430 school systems. And under her guidance, thousands of educators have been equipped to create just, sustainable, and culturally grounded change. But if you ask Nancy what she's most proud of, and she'll say it plainly, darle de regreso a la comunidad que me crió, giving back to the home that raised her. That commitment is more than a value, it's her North Star. And that's what makes her leadership so real, so grounded, and so special. Nancy is also an accomplished author. Her first book, Stay and Prevail, Students of Color Don't Need to Leave Their Communities to Succeed, is a true love letter to young people, those who carry the soul of their neighborhoods in their chest. And her second, and just published this year, Coaching Education Leaders, offers an innovative, culturally responsive approach to leadership coaching that is already shifting how systems develop their talent. And y'all, let's be clear that Nancy's brilliance doesn't stop at the classroom, boardroom, or the bookshelf. She's a proud mama to two beautiful babies, just 7 months and 2.5 years old, and balancing leadership and motherhood with grace, con fuerza, and a whole lot of humor. And if you follow her on Instagram, you know exactly what I'm referring to. She's proudly a three-time Leadership Journey speaker, a Pahara Fellow, and serves on national boards, including the Hunt Institute, Bright Beam, and proudly as the board chair for Education Leaders of Color, una verdadera jefa in every sense. But for those of us who know her, and I'd say really know her, this recognition tonight isn't about titles or accolades. Not for Nancy. It's about honoring a woman who walks with dignidad, with dignity, who leads with alma, and who lifts as she climbs. So Nancy, hermana, you stay and prevail in every room you walk into. And tonight, as you receive this award, know that you do not walk alone. You carry with you your family, your mentors, your community, tu comunidad, and all of us who have been blessed to learn from your brilliance and light. Felicidades, doctora.
I have a speech prepared, but now I just want to cry. Carlos, thank you. Carlos, before you leave, I just want to say that you are not only a friend, a mentor, a brother in this work, you are a gift to the education sector. You have helped me find my leadership soul. And by the way, his book, Finding Your Leadership Soul, is on sale at ASU+GSV bookstore. That was beautiful, thank you. Good to see everyone. Thank you for this honor, for this opportunity. I'm so humbled. I'm here to elevate leadership. I lead the Leadership Academy. It's an amazing organization, 20 plus years old, and we hold a really bold vision that every single school in this country should create limitless opportunities for every single student. And you know how we do that? We do that through leadership. Leadership is the scale that we need. Leadership, when you invest in leadership, you invest exponentially. We talk at the Leadership Academy about letting leaders shine, and I'm talking about 15,000 school superintendents we have across this country, 50,000 school principals. And for us, shine means that these leaders they make every decision that is student-centered. They hold students to high expectations. They are innovative in their approach. They remember that they are serving and leading humans. They are nurturing in that approach. And E is for staying engaged. And let me tell you something. It is very hard to lead right now. How many of you agree with me? It is really, really difficult in this moment to not just have the title. I don't care about the title. I don't care about the promotion. But to step in and own your leadership in this moment is really hard. I ask all of you to join us in investing in leaders because our leaders need it. Let me remind you of something here, that leadership, it's not a zero-sum game. If someone wins, doesn't mean you lose. We can all win. When one principal grows in their leadership, teachers flourish. When teachers flourish, students achieve. When one student learns to read, it opens up limitless possibilities for literacy for every single student at that school. It creates a cascade effect. One leader strengthening an entire team, one team transforming an entire school, and one school shaping the trajectory of thousands of students. I am grateful to my team at the Leadership Academy for doing this for over 20 years. And as Carlos said, across more than 40 states, across the country, with amazing, bold leaders like every single one of you in this room. And I ask each of us to step into that, to inspire even when we feel uninspired, because more than anything, our leaders need to be inspired in this very moment. Stay in the game, let's lift each other up, let's shine. I thank you, I thank ASU+GSV, and I also want to just shout out my fellow honorees and the selection committee. I got caught up with my love for Carlos Moreno that I forgot to thank everybody else. But thank you so much for this honor, I appreciate you, and thank you.
Congratulations, Nancy, and congratulations to President Fowler as well. Thank you both for all that you are doing to empower learners, educators, and their communities. I'm Esther Benjamin, and I'm CEO and Executive Director of World Education Services. We are a 50-year-old social enterprise dedicated to helping people learn, work, and thrive in new places. WES is committed to advancing equity and inclusion, and we are proud to be a supporter of the Innovator of Color Awards. I now have the privilege of recognizing Dr. Taniya Mishra. Taniya is unfortunately unable to attend tonight's event, but we'd like to take a few minutes to celebrate her remarkable accomplishments. Taniya is the founder and CEO of SureStart, a New York City-based AI education startup that offers mentoring-centered AI learning programs for middle school, and high school age students. SureStart's AI programs widen participation in the AI ecosystem by equipping students from a wide range of backgrounds with AI skills, as well as leadership and innovation competencies. Taniya has established herself as a world-class expert with over 15 years in the field, including technical and leadership roles at AT&T Research, Affectiva, and Interactions. Taniya is also deeply committed to sustainable mentorship. She was 20 years old when she got her first computer, and she was 29 years old when she completed her PhD. Taniya credits her then mentor, Professor Ann Smith, for supporting her growth and changing her trajectory forever. Today, Taniya's organization is improving the lives and trajectories of thousands of young people. She's also encouraging everyone to step up and step into their own power as mentors. Person to person, connection to connection, Taniya's driving change that will impact generations to come. Thank you, Taniya, and congratulations. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Tonight's next awardee is an innovator, a change maker, and an entrepreneur and intrapreneur who is dedicated to transforming the field of education so that all students can succeed. In a career defined by service and excellence, Matthew Mugo Fields has always charted his own course. In 2000, as a student at Harvard, he co-founded a tutoring company that would eventually become the Rocket Group. In 2013, he helped start Redbird Advanced Learning, a personalized learning company that developed AI-driven curriculum and professional learning programs. Eventually, Matthew would bring his wealth of experience and hard-driving dynamic leadership to HMH, the world's leading K-12 learning technology company. Matthew is now president and general manager of major divisions of HMH. Matthew is committed to improving learning through technology and innovation. He also wants to help build the bench of the next generation of leaders. Matthew shared with me, he doesn't just want to pay it forward, he wants to share a map of the journey for those who come after us. In 2020, Matthew started Innovation for Equity, a network of changemakers dedicated to improving outcomes for Black learners of all ages. This network is fueling collaboration and innovation as it advances equity and opportunity. With passion, compassion, and humor, Matthew delivers real results, and he is changing lives and futures for the better. Matthew Hugo Fields.
Hey everyone, how you doing? I've been debating whether or not I should do a Kanye at the Grammys thing right now, because honestly, I feel like this award is a little late. No, I'm joking. I'm totally joking, but not really. No, in all seriousness, thank you to the committee. Thank you for whoever nominated me for this. I really appreciate it. Appreciate ASU+GSV. This is a strange time to be receiving an Innovator of Color award, let's be honest. I think I am someone who fancies myself. I don't wake up thinking of myself as an innovator of color. I think of myself as someone who's seeking to help solve problems in our sector. But then I look around at the fellow awardees and nominees for this award, and I am humbled to be among you. And I really do appreciate it. I want to accept this award on behalf of the many folks who I've collaborated with and who have joined me on my professional journey. Especially want to give a shout out to business partners, to folks at collaborators at HMH. Any HMHers here? And Heinemann. I want to shout you guys out for all the good work that we have done together. I also want to just single out a couple of people who have really helped me on my journey. I am an immigrant kid from Barbados who was in Title I, who was underlooked and had an educator step in my life, Mrs. O'Gorman, my 7th grade reading teacher. I can't talk about her enough because she changed the trajectory of my life and insisted that I get the support that I needed to go to college. She then collaborated with 2 other educators, and they set me on a path where I would be able to get access to college preparatory services. They not only did that, but they started a campaign in my community back home in the suburbs of Philadelphia to send me to college, and then challenged me to do for other kids what they had done for me. That is my story, that is my personal story, and that is what led to my professional journey. In my professional journey, I've had the great benefit of being inspired by key mentors and collaborators. I want to shout out Gene Wade as one of those people. Eugene Wade, fellow Morehouse graduate, 25 summers ago gave me my first internship in education entrepreneurship and made it possible for me to believe that this industry had a place for me. And I want to thank him for that. The other person I want to thank for my professional journey is Patrick Suppies. If you don't know who that name is, many of us owe our careers in ed tech to him. He was the first education entrepreneur, the founder of Adaptive Learning, did much of the foundational research behind AI. And Pat was someone who I collaborated with and who insisted that if we didn't have scientific rigor in the work that we do, because it is so important, if we didn't have that in the work that we do and this change we seek, we are no better than snake oil salesmen. And so Pat Suppies, who's no longer with us, is someone who inspired me. And last and certainly not least, I want to give a shout out and special thanks to Jack Lynch, CEO of HMH, who 7.5 years ago took a bet on me, who is someone who I didn't fit the profile of anyone who would lead a division of a major education company, but Jack saw something in me and decided that I could help him transform the largest company in K-12 education into a mission-oriented company. And one of the things Jack has always insisted that we do is think big. He often says, fortune favors the bold, and he reminds us that disciplined execution is the key to making the difference we seek in this world. So even in these times, I insist to you that thinking big and making sure that we focus on disciplined execution still holds true. Thank you all.